A very good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. So, in today's session, ninth graders, we are continuing with Unit 3rd of Part A, that is ICT skills. In Unit 3rd, Part A, Session 1 is your role of ICT in day-to-day life. It means in daily life, what is the role of ICT? So, let's start with the session. What is the role of ICT or what is ICT? ICT, the full form is Information and Communication Technology. Its meaning, information and communication technology. Information means to say any group of data, any group of your file, a collection of different type of items that are stored with the help of technology. It means that are stored in either camera, either in mobile, either in laptop, either in computer. And communication is the medium to transfer the stored information. So ICT skill will provide the functionality to create the data, store the data, dissimulate data and manage the information. It means you can transfer it to another person, you can create it, you can store it for future reference. Everything that is a part of communication is under ICT skill. Information is created, communication is for transmission and technology is the medium how we are transferring the data. So it is used for create, store, dissimulate and manage the information. So basically ICT, how information is communicated or broadcasted, like if we want to create a file, for creating a file what we need? We need personal computer, digital camera, mobile or laptop. Second thing, if we want to process the information, for processing the information we need PC means personal computer, smartphone or calculator for processing or calculation part. For storing we need the storage device, either it can be CD, DVD, it can be your pen drive, it can be your cloud, it can be your hard disk, it can be your floppy disk, any device that will store the information that is used for the purpose of storage. Display, for displaying the information we need TV or PC. On PC we need the computer monitor, we can use LCD, we can use smartphone, we can use web camera. And transmission, how to transfer the information? For transferring the information we need the internet connection, we need teleconferencing, video conferencing or mobile technology. And if we are exchanging the information, for exchanging mean to say transfer the information from one device to another device. For that we need email, we can use chatting, we can use social media, we can do online form, we can do cell phone use. So these are the different technology and information, how it can be stored, how it can be created, how it can be transferred. Now come to the next point, that is main topic of this session, that is role of ICT in daily life. As we are looking in human being life, there is a number of information that they are stored either in computer, either in mobile, either in laptop. Like you are moving on any trip. On trip you are taking a number of photographs. This is also information. We are taking a different number of text file. This is also information. We are transferring any message to our friend. This is also the part of information. So ICT is the important role in the daily life. How it will play the important role? First point is education and teaching purpose. ICT, as you are looking the scenario of COVID-19, so it is the best tool to transfer the information between teacher and student with the help of online classes, with the help of online notes, online video lectures. So it is the best tool that will help to the specific student by learning something with the help of online services. Like we can install a number of apps. Suppose we are not able to understand, we can use your Byju app for understanding 24/7 because class time is fixed. But when you are using ICT skill, it can be used for 24/7. 24 means to say 24 hours or 7 days we can use at any time. This is the first role of ICT in teaching. So we can use different type of apps. We can use gadget for education. Like we can use mobile for accessing the Zoom classes, for accessing video call. Everything is a part of education and teaching. That is performed with the help of ICT. Next is business. ICT is the best tool in the today's business environment because everything is going on online. Companies are promoting their products online. Companies are booking their product online. They are selling their product online. So only ICT is the tool to collect the information from customer, to transfer the information to customer, or to deliver the product on a specific time schedule where he want to deliver on which time. So ICT will help in inventory management. We can find out, like we are selling any product online. We are having 100 items in stock. We start selling, it became zero. It means all 100 items are booked now. So we can find out the stock in inventory, what is left and what is need to be prepared more, or what is ready to sell. Next is data management. ICT is the best tool to manage the information of company. Like either you are selling product in profit, you are selling in loss. What is your yearly income? What is your monthly income? What is your expenses? Everything is managed with the help of ICT. So you can calculate your company benefits on a single click. Third is accounting system. In a business environment, there is a number of customers who are doing transaction with your business. So the customer need to keep the record. Company need to maintain the record for customer. Which customer has placed the order for how many items? Like 100 items he has placed, and the item rupees are 3000. So company need to maintain the record of customer 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is a helpful tool to store the information or to prepare the accounts of different customers. This is the business environment. Third is healthcare. Healthcare is the information. Healthcare is used for improvement in patient. So for patient information record, we need a system that will maintain the record. When patient came previous time, what was the disease, now what's going on, where we have kept the patient, what is the information of patient, from where he is. So everything is managed with the help of ICT tool in a healthcare session. Even we can detect the cancer also with the help of ICT technology by using different softwares and tools. Next is e-banking. E-banking is the best tool for maintaining the record of deposit and withdrawal. Basically, prior to that, timing for working hours was 8 hours. But right now we can do e-banking. E-banking will provide the functionality to transfer any time, any money by 24/7. So it is possible due to only ICT skill. If we are having a skill to manage the item, to manage the data entries, to transfer, to withdraw money, we want to see the statement, what is left, what we need to add more, everything is managed with the help of ICT skill. It means all ATMs services are also helpful in the help of ICT skill. E-banking transactions are followed with the help of ICT skills only. So the main advantage of that, the operating cost will be reduced. The offer convenience to the customer can be shown. It means suppose a customer is there who is regular customer, you can give the separate offer. And the customer can obtain funds at any time from ATM. And fourth one, the customer can easily transfer the fund from one account to another account. Next is e-shopping. E-shopping is the electronic shopping medium when we are selling product online. So e-shopping is the tool that will provide online services. So in increasing number of people are buying the product, a company is ready to start the business online. Company want to take the order online. Company want to take the information from customer online. So e-shopping is the tool that is accessed with the help of ICT, because e-shopping means electronic shopping. Electronic means to say use of technology. If technology is going on, we need the ICT skills. So ICT is the major tool in e-shopping transaction for selling or buying of products. Next is tourism. Tourism is also the another tool that is using the ICT skill. How it is going on? In tourism, they are booking the tickets online. Either it is air ticket, either it is bus ticket, either it is train tickets. Now a person can sit at home and they can book their ticket online. They can find out is there any space available or already it's occupied. So it is a helpful tool for in tourism in ticket booking and confirmation. And seventh is public services. Public services means if a person want to prepare new PAN card, Aadhaar card, a person want to take the Xerox copy, if person want to do editing in address proof Aadhaar card, so everything is possible with the help of ICT skill. These type of services are under public services that are provided by government to the public. A public is open to access anytime from their home. Next is e-governance. E-governance means to say to surveillance So in that we can include the concept of CCTV cameras. In smart cities, there is a number of CCTV cameras installed on every chowk or every main road because a surveillance is required. Governance need to say to check the environment, how what is going on, what is the crime level, who is the person who is promoting the crime, a person who is on duty. So everything is possible in the help of ICT skill. We can check GPRS, we can check CCTV cameras with the help of ICT skill. Like in schools are providing transport system. In transport system they need the GPRS that will find out the location of buses, where the buses are, what is going on in buses. Everything is tracked with the help of ICT skill. Next is social networking and communication. It's the best tool for making the communication between two systems. If we transfer data from one computer to another computer, so we need a networking skill, and networking can be performed with the help of ICT skill. Another thing is social networking. We want to promote any product, we want to upload it online. For that we also need the ICT skills. So basically transfer of email, transfer of media network, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, all are under the category of social networking, and social networking is performed with the help of ICT. Next is personal assistants. Some devices are there who will help to promote your assistance. You can control your devices, like Google Home device is there, Amazon Alexa is there. That will help to checking their schedule, when it is working, when it is free. You can check it sometime online also. And next part is entertainment. The best tool, it is for entertainment purpose. Either it is audio, video, game playing, everything can be accessed. We can access any TV program with the help of smartphone. So it is the best tool in which we can display any multimedia service, either it is audio, video or graphics. Anytime 24/7 we can see with the help of ICT skills. So this was all about your session 1. Now we are covering session 2 of unit 3rd, that is component of computer system. So let's start with second session, that is component of computer system. So in session 2, the first topic, that is according to session component of computer system, the first topic is computer system. What is computer system? Basically a computer system is a collection of all input devices, output devices, memory devices. So a computer system is an electronic machine that is controlled by a set of instructions, in which we can include CPU, control unit, ALU, memory unit, input and output processing. So a computer accepts the user input, manipulate the data according to the requirement or rules, store the information, and afterward it will generate an output. So as per definition, the computer system has 4 steps: taking in input, processing data, display output, store the result. So these are the steps. Step 1 is input. Input unit will help to take the input for a computer system. If you want to store any information, you need to use input device, like you will use keyboard or mouse for the purpose of input. After taking input, the input will go to the CPU. It will go to CPU. And what CPU will do? CPU will accept the input and store in a memory unit. It will store the input in a memory unit for temporary purpose, for temporary storage or permanent storage. It depends upon the situation. For processing, it will store in memory unit, and afterward CPU will give control to the control unit. Whatsoever input it has received, input will go to the control unit. Control unit, what it will do? It will control the information, manage the information. After management, it will do it for processing. For processing, we are having ALU, arithmetical and logical unit. This unit can perform 2 types of calculation: arithmetical and logical calculation. What is arithmetical? Arithmetical means to say all mathematical calculations like addition, subtraction, multiply, divide. And logical means we want to compare some result according to the conditions. So ALU will process the information. After processing, it will store into the memory unit for permanent storage. If you don't want to store it permanently, ALU will provide information back to control unit, and control unit give it to the CPU for display the output, and afterward output will be displayed on your screen. If a user want to store the information, that ALU will store the information in memory unit for permanent storage. So this is the overall structure of computer system. Afterward, which components are used? The basic components which are used in computer system are hardware, software, input device, output device, CPU and computer memory. What is hardware? The part of computer system which is physically present, which we can touch or which we can see. Any device like keyboard, mouse, memory unit, any device that is present in front of yourself, you can touch it, we can see it, we can replace it, that is known as hardware. Second part is software. Software is a set of instruction. Software is a set of instruction that will be performed by the hardware. It means that are required to process the hardware device. So software can be a tool that will provide a set of instruction for processing. Like some examples are there: system software and application software. Two types of software are there: system and application. System software will help to process the system according to the user requirement, while application software will help to type anything from user side. System software will only help to process, but application software will also help to collect the information, to save the information, to edit the information. System software is used by the system, while application software is used by the user. Input devices, everybody knows, any device that will help to provide input like keyboard, mouse. These all are the peripheral devices that are used for the purpose of storage of input in a computer system. There can be a keyboard, mouse, joystick, webcam, so many devices are there. Output devices that will display the result on your computer screen. That is your output device. Either it can be your monitor, LCD or LED. These all are known as output devices that will help to display the output on your computer screen. Next is CPU. CPU is the central processing unit that is also called the brain of computer system. If anybody will ask you in 1 mark MCQ, what is the brain of computer? The brain of computer is CPU that will help to process the complete information in your computer system. So CPU will store the information, it will process the information, finally it will display the result as per the computer requirement or as per system requirement. So the process of changing data in computer system information is known as processing. So CPU communicate with input device or output device and send and receive the information. It can perform with the help of ALU, arithmetical logical unit, or memory unit or control unit. So these three steps are performed under the process of CPU. CPU will give it to the control unit for controlling, memory unit will do it for storage, and ALU unit will do it for processing. Next part is computer memory. A computer system contains two types of memory. One type of memory is internal memory, and second type of memory, that is external memory, that we can detect extra. Internal memory, the example is RAM and ROM. These are already present inside the computer system. While external memory, it can be your CD, DVD, or it can be your pen drive. So in a summarized form, computer system process the 4 steps. First step is accept the input. Second step is processing. Third step is output, and fourth step is storage. These 4 steps are followed in a computer system processing. So this is all about your session second of unit third, that is component of computer system. Now move to the session third. Session third, that is related to your peripheral devices. It means connected devices. Which devices we can connect in a computer system? This is covered in session 3. In session third, we are continuing with peripheral devices. Peripheral devices are the devices that are connected with a computer system. Either it can be internal connection, either it can be external connection. Internal means that are connected inside of CPU, while external means that are connected outside part of your CPU. So inside we can connect network interface card, modem, graphics card, sound card, Wi-Fi adapter, Bluetooth or optical disc. While in external we can connect pen drive, memory card, webcam, smart devices, or we can connect plotter. So how it is working, how internally they are working. The first device, that is NIC, network interface card. It is used for the purpose of connect with a computer system with a network. If we want to access the internet connection on our computer system, we need a port. That specific port is known as network interface card. This specific device is known as network interface card, which will help to connect your device with a network. So it is generally fitted on the motherboard inside of your CPU. Next is modem. Modem is used for your internet connection that will transfer the signal from analog to digital or digital to analog. The full form of modem, if anybody will ask, it is modulator and demodulator. What is modulator? That will convert the signal from digital to analog form. Because computer is digital system, the signal when it will transfer on network, it will convert in analog. That is known as modulator. And demodulator, conversion of signal from analog to digital signal. It is performed by modem when we are transferring data with the help of internet connection. Next is graphics card. Graphics card is a tool to support high level of graphics, to play the video games that support the high level of graphics. For that we need to connect one device, that is known as graphics card. It is also inserted inside the CPU. An extra, or we can speak expansion slot is there, we can connect this specific device. Next is sound card. Sound card is also additional device that is also fitted on motherboard inside of a computer system. If we want to play high quality of sound, we want to control DJ system, we want to control high level of sound system. In that case we need a specific device that is known as sound card. So sound card will help to connect with every type of device. Either it is of high level graphics, either it is of low level. So it is a device that will help to generate the sound. Next is Wi-Fi adapter. To connect your computer system with Wi-Fi device, we need a Wi-Fi adapter. Wi-Fi adapter will be fitted on your CPU inside, and you can connect your system with another connection with the help of Wi-Fi adapter. And Bluetooth is the another wireless medium that will also help to transfer data with a limited range. The range of transferring of Bluetooth is only 5 to 10 meter, but the range of Wi-Fi is depend upon the connection of your network. And optical disc, it means some type of disc are there that are also fitted like CD rewritable, CD readable. These devices are fitted inside of CD drive or DVD drive. That is also under the category of internal peripheral devices that are also known as optical disc. Optical disc, it can be your DVD writer, DVD read, DVD rewritable. So all CD and DVD are the part of internal peripheral device that are also known as optical disc. Next is pen drive. Everybody knows pen drive is the device that is generally fitted outside of your CPU computer system. We can fit it as a external device, and pen drive is always fit outside the body of CPU. It is not fitted inside the body of CPU. That's why it is known as external device. Memory card is also fitted with the help of memory card reader. Memory card reader is also fitted in a USB port that is also fitted outside of your CPU. So memory card, if you want to check, we want to scan, we can enter new data. For that, memory card is also fitted outside of CPU. That's why it is known as external device. Webcam is the device that will help to transfer the photographs, or for web surfing or for chatting on internet. That is also fitted outside of your computer system. A connection is performed with the help of CPU by using the USB device. So USB will connect the wire in a computer system. That's why it is known as also external device. And smart device contains, sometimes we are able to connect that your LCD or LED with your mobile phone. For that we need to maintain the connection. This connection can be maintained with the help of smart devices like you want to connect digital watch, smart watch, each are the part of your smart devices. Or next is plotter. Plotter is the device that will help to play the graphics tool. If we want to design a high type of graphics, in that case we can use the plotter. Plotter is also fitted outside of your CPU. So plotter is a tool that will help to design maps, charts, different types of high level quality graphics, and it is also the external device. So in this session we have covered about session 1, 2 and 3 of your unit 3. In next session we will meet with next video of session 4 and 5. Dear students, if you are facing any problem in any session, you can connect me on my WhatsApp number. It is 999118890. You can send me WhatsApp message also. So this is all about your today's session. Thank you. Have a nice day.